Hi there, my name is Mark Onojo. You're welcome to Do Business, where I share with you simple biblical principle to enable you grow your business and career. And yes, I've been taking everybody within my space on the book of Daniel. If you've missed some of my videos, you could check on my YouTube channel. You would find a lot of them there. So today I want to read from Daniel chapter 1 verse 21, the last verse in the book of Daniel. And Daniel continued even unto the first day of King Cyrus, King James Version. Now, the chapter 1 started from him being brought as a slave into Babylon, and that was Nebuchadnezzar. And I'm a Bible scholar. I study a lot of history. Now, Cyrus is not a Babylonian king, he's a Persian king. And if you look through Bible history, the Persians took over from Babylonians, right? So the Persians took over from Babylonians. So Daniel continued even onto the reign of King Cyrus. That means Daniel had lived two different kinds of government. Now, I was listening to my mentor. One of his messages called I've forgotten the message, but it has to do with greatness, right? And one of the things he said about greatness is that greatness has to do with you at living. My mentor, Konemoyo Akiojo, he said greatness has to do with you at living your time to ensure that people, even generations after you, get to study about you. That was one of the definitions of greatness. And that struck me very well, that God's intention for us, even God told Abraham that he knows you're going to command your generations, right? Your children's children to be able to follow after me. God is interested not just only in your present, God is interested in your future. And when I mean your future, at living you. Yeah, if Jesus tarries the next 80, 90 years, everybody watching this video should already be gone home to go and meet God and be with Jesus. But God doesn't just intend that everything he has used you to do on earth, everything that you have lived for, just die. God intends that what you do and everything you do affects the next generation positively for his kingdom. So one of the things that you need to start culturing your life is that how can I at least live what I'm currently doing and outlive this current generation. So if you see Daniel, Daniel was significant, and Daniel was important up to the extent that two different kings from two different kingdoms made use of him. In fact, in the reign of Cyrus, he was like next to the king. He was more of the prime minister, because if you look at we went to consider the story where Daniel was thrown into the lion's den. There were three presidents, and he was in charge of those three presidents, and they had other people under him, and there was the king. So Daniel was like next to the king. Why? Because what God intended to do with Daniel, so all the dealings on Daniel, all the visions and all the trainings that God did for Daniel were not just for the present. God wanted Daniel's life to be such a way that he lived and he had a great life. So that means Daniel's stories could outlast him. And if we also see short story, the Magi's, they call them Magi's, the wise men that came to bow down to Jesus. We see three wise men, maybe three, it may be more, but the wise men that came to Jesus, they were from the place where Daniel lived, and Daniel had already told them, based on prophecy they has gotten from God, that a time will come that a Messiah was going to be born. That Daniel lived a great life. So that means Daniel outlived his time. So one of the things that you need to know is that your business and career you're doing, one of God's plan for it, right? So one of God's intention is that everything God is taking you through, all the old trainings and everything, is for you to outlive your time. I hope this blessed you. Stay blessed.